Well, hello again, everyone. And it has been a little while since the end of Season 1, but Season 2 here of the Votive Indy Oval Series. Well, I see the V, and it's all of a sudden the first thing takes over. The Votive Indy Oval Series from Michigan International Speedway kicks off today for Season 2. And we are at we're going to be at a heck of an event and a heck of a race here today, because we are at the 2-mile high-banked Michigan International Speedway, where INDYCAR always puts on an extremely good product every single time that these cars come here. Every single time. And Luis Gonzalez-Nunez here in the booth with me. One of the last races that we were here in the Elite Racing League, we saw a huge shootout at the end for 500 miles. We're not quite that long tonight, but you cannot deny that all the IndyCar races here are all very, very good.
Yeah, well, good afternoon for everyone. Yeah, so it's really nice to start a league, or the first race of the season is in Michigan. It's like the Fixer Series, so it's like surprise, we have the first race is Michigan. That's pretty good, and actually it's good for the show we're gonna show today on Sunday night here in P1. So it's gonna be interesting. At least it's gonna be in 100 laps, not like we did 250 laps in that time. But it's gonna be interesting today. Our super speedway, Michigan Speedway here.
Well, there you see the temperature. It is not going to be good, not very friendly conditions. There are decent ambient temperature, 81 degrees, but 120 degrees track temperature out there for the race. We are currently in a warm-up period before the race, so it will give us time to get today's starting lineup in. But 120 degrees here on this racetrack. That is pretty hot for a race here at Michigan, is it not?
I'm gonna say it doesn't matter too much. Maybe it's not like the tire is not really demanding too much here. Of course, at some point, yes, for sure. After 30 laps, or maybe after 25 laps, the tire is gonna make some like I need some help because it's too hot. But the condition of all the tires, like we see in Texas or Atlanta or Las Vegas, is not that kind of things over here. So, but to keep in mind, for sure, about the hot temperature on the track, for sure.
Let's get into today's starting lineup here for this opener at Michigan. And there you see Edson Santos on the pole with a speed of 219.8. Fortson right next to him with the 219.5. Clindy, 219.4. And Cat Durazo, he is there at a 219.2. Back in row 3, it's Miller and Peterson from the Dark Horse Series. Back in row 4, Lovern and Wheeler. Back in row 5, we got Wags, who are currently watching right now in the Tasman Motorsport throwback to Andre Ribeiro back in the mid-90s. And Plant is clocking in on 10th fastest here. We got Sophie in the lineup, Sophie Connell. Right next to Connor Baldwin. There's a name we haven't seen in a while. Welcome back, Connor. Pahutsky and Coker back in row 7. Rajesh and Johnson in row 8. Averett and Espo in row 9. And let's see if we can say this right. It's Batiste. Batiste? He tried to spell it out for us, and we're doing our best for him. But Batiste back there with a 216.7 in row 10. Right next to him, friend of the program, INDYCAR Scarlett, the firecracker. She's back there with a 214.4. She knows that she doesn't need a fast speed in order to get to the front. We will expect to see her at the front sometime today. She just knows that she needs a decent starting spot, and she clocks in there in 20th. That's it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Next row. Omier and Mitchum. I was wondering why I wasn't loading. Like, is that it? And then we have a whole host of guys and gals that did not decide to take any speed. Lee Miller, Darby, that's now it says Mario in his last name, but he will say that he is no Mario, but it's Marioth. And Darby, he clocks in with no speed, but he's taking a very safe position because this is actually going to be his first IndyCar start. So he'll be back in the 13th row along with Edwards and Vega back in row 14. That is your starting lineup here from Michigan for round 1 of season 2 of the Votive INDYCAR, or actually Indy Oval Series. I always want to say INDYCAR. Just habits die hard here.
We are INDYCAR actually, but good to see Rajesh. Do you remember that race when I won the first race in Votive in Kansas? I think so. Rajesh was with me on the podium, so good to see him in that over here again. And a couple names, we see Santos for sure, defending champion, no?
Defending series champion is actually Josh Ward.
Josh Ward is not here.
Yes, not here.
Oh, that sucks. It should be here, but for the first race. Anyways, but Stephen Lee, what else? Bahosky. Pretty good names, huh? Pretty good names, especially on Sunday, especially Sunday night when it's one day before on the starting the new week again. So yeah.
And there is the schedule for the upcoming season. Michigan, Phoenix, Kentucky, Iowa, Texas, Pocono, New Hampshire, Charlotte, and Indianapolis. This will all be over in the middle of April, so we're going to have these all in pretty fast succession. And as you see, setups have been made by King Robert III himself. That's right, Robert Malechka, for this particular league. Here are your all-time stats coming into today. Your wins leader is Edson Santos. All-time poles is Josh Ward. And on your all-time podiums, there you see Josh Ward, 5 podiums en route to a series championship in season 1. As we are now lining up on pit road to get underway.
We waited for so long for this league again to come back after attempted to start it in January. Now in February, finally here started the first race of the season.
Let's turn it up a little bit here. It deserves a little bit better volume. There we go. And before we get started here, the overall track record still exists to this day. Paul Tracy set back in 2000 with a speed of 234.9. The last time the IndyCars did come here, the IndyCar track record when the IRL IndyCar Series came here, Thomas Scheckter in 2003 at the speed of 222.4. All-time wins leaders here, well, there's 2 of them tied for the most. And they're split between the old 200-mile sprint races they had here back in the 70s and 500-milers they had started here in the 80s. But Johnny Rutherford has 4 wins here, including 1 500-miler. Gordon Johncock has 4 wins as well, including the 500-miler in 82. Bobby Unser, Mario Andretti, Rick Mears, Bobby Rahal, AJ Foyt, Michael Andretti, Scott Goodyear, Tony Kanaan, each have more than 2 victories here at the 2-mile oval in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Getting ready to go green this time by, and here we go. And a bit of a scattered start in the back. Lindy using that high side already. He slots in behind Fortson. Fortson actually pulls out to kind of throw a little bit of a block, but I think Fortson was going to put a pass on Santos. Fortson wants to lead this first lap this season. He goes to the front. Clindy underneath. And Fortson going to lead that first lap this season. Here comes Santos. Already caution on the racetrack, and Angelo Espo doing cartwheels coming off a 2.
Oh no. Oh, he hit the wall. Oh no.
Car in front of him got in, and he just had no place to go, and he shot up right over him.
It's
Chris Edwards?
Rajesh. No, Rajesh.
Rajesh?
Yes. Dirty air on the front of him.
Yeah, extreme dirty air. Let's pop into his, and we'll show you what he sees. And dirty air off this car. He tries to go low, but he's not going. He wants to stay high to keep the momentum up, but just dirty air. It's just dirty air all over the place, puts him up into the wall. And the next thing, watch this, boom, over the top.
And before the yellow flag, have a Chris Edwards kind of slow on the first turn after the green flag. He lost the car, and now he's back.
Yeah, I think there was some smoke coming off a 2, and I saw that. I wasn't sure who it was from, but he was back of the field. But we are now under caution, lap 3. Edson Santos, your leader. And that's a big blow for Rajesh. Rajesh finished 2nd in the points last season, and he's already starting in the hole with a badly demolished rear wing. So a number of cars coming to pit road, probably take advantage of a little bit of extra fuel. There are tire limits. We will go over those in the rule set here real quick for you. The rule set for today is 5 sets of tires, 1 in the car, 4 in the pits, 85% fuel capacity, which is going to make things interesting, LGN. Normally, when we get to these races, especially if they're 100 laps, it's 33, 33, and 34 to get to the end. Can we do that with 85% fuel? I don't know. I'm not sure if we can. Do people go 25, 25, 25 just to be safe?
85% you said, or no?
85%.
Oh. Well, I counted in liters, so let me see. 25?
So what do we think that we think the stints are going to be? Because normally, if we're doing a 100-lap race here, it's 33, 33, 34, or at least one stint's 34.
Yeah, but in this case, you said it's the 85% of the tank. So
85% of the tank, yeah.
This should be, in my calculation, it should be between 25 to 27 for steam. That's the fastest calculation I did. So. Because is that this guy needs to save a lot of fuel to go to the for the last stint, have short tap fuel maybe. So that's interesting. I like these races when it's like this. So when you make it 70, when you make it fuel tank for 100%, it's easy to calculate for 33 and good to go.
Yeah.
But also help for the tires also too, because you extend your fuel mileage by also with the tires. So when you go to the end, the tires is gone. So at least the tires is gonna be not really gone to the end on the steam.
We're getting ready to go green this time by lap 5, coming to lap 6 of 100. Rusty Plant, Muhammad Omir, Akash Rajesh, who did have damage, Batiast, Viega, and Miller all came to pit road on lap 4 to top off. So they are a little bit better and richer on fuel than just about everybody else. Getting ready to go green. Pace car is preparing to get off the racetrack to turn it over to Edson Santos. It's going to be Santos, Fortune, Glenworth, Durazo, and Miller. Your top 5 going green this time by. Single file off of 2. Everyone being behaved. Here comes Fortson again. He wants that lead back. Car coming off the apron. Off of 2. Not sure who that is, but they are back in line. Now 3 low, 1 high going through turns 3 and 4. Your biggest mover is Connor Baldwin. He's up 5 spots. Indica Scarlet up 6. Mitchum, Lee up 5 further on back. O'Meara goes purple that time by as we're still coming up to speed. 2:10. We'll go faster than that this time by. Fortson still leading.
On the back of O'Meara. And the group O'Meara, Mitchum.
Oh, they're going to go 4 wide. Whoa! Look at all the turbulence. And Sophie Connell goes to the top for the purple lap with a 2:20.9. So she's on the move. There's her car. Right behind, right in front of, right behind, excuse me, Matt Wagner. Wagner to the front. Yeah, Wag says that Ribeiro got the first win for Honda, and he got that done at New Hampshire. Wheeler Lover.
Sorry, what did he say by Wagner? Sorry, what?
Wagner is driving the former Tasman Motorsport entry of, or paint job of Andre Ribeiro, and he says Andre Ribeiro got the first win for Honda, and that is correct. He got it at New Hampshire.
That's pretty good. Look like a Red Bull though. But it's not Red Bull for sure. But look like. The first thing what you think is that, but yeah, never figured out is Andre Ribeiro that.
A little further back, Indica Scarlet leading this second group. We saw Indica Scarlet about a year ago get the win in the Formula Indy Series, Indy 300. Wagner ripping the low side, excuse me, getting multiple positions there as he's on the inside of Miller, now Lovern. Keeping Peterson at bay. Now down low, 2 by 2, 2 rows deep. Connor Baldwin kind of stuck up against the wall. Baldwin, former winner in the Revolution Indy League. When they went to Rockingham, of all places. I guess if you can win at Rockingham, you can win anywhere in an IndyCar.
For sure.
Meanwhile, back up front, Fortson and Santos swapping the lead. Clindy sticking with him. Here comes Cat ripping it on the high side. He's going to get a run down the main straight. Is he going to tuck in? I think these guys are really trying to save fuel.
I think the only person they don't save fuel now is Mason Mitchum and Stephen Lee because they tried to catch the group.
Wags almost up and to the side. Oh, and Miller had to check up. Wags almost to the side of Lovern. Miller checked up, almost picked up Peterson into his attenuator.
The problem when you save fuel, you start to you have to be careful when you move because that's when it happens. You try to that's pretty close. At least 3 people gone. Wow.
when you stop LGN in the middle of his analysis to whoa, that's pretty close. That's pretty close. I can see a couple people in chat say they want to join the league. If you'd like to join the league or learn out more about it, I believe there is an invite to their Discord server in the description. You want to join that to learn more. Mitchum in the Petty Blue VRL-sponsored INDYCAR. He is down the backstretch in a battle with Stephen Lee. Stephen Lee, longtime veteran of the community. Don't see him in a lot of league events. He showed up in Votive. It's good to see him here. Very good experience in top split races here at Michigan. Only see him at the front and these draft tracks a lot. Right behind him is Mitchum. Then there's Johnson and O'Meara, also back in that group. Pahutsky, go ahead. What do you see?
Oh, Connell Baldwin almost hit the wall in front of Gary Lovner. That also makes the wall.
Oh, Lovern down! Oh, contact! There's Wagner sliding on the main straight, and we are cautioned. And I don't think he didn't collect anybody, but his front nose is damaged, and his right front is not looking. No, there is damage there.
It was because Gary, I think so. He was scared because Gary Lovner came to the wall and went to the front of the Wagner, and Wagner waving to Baldwin.
Baldwin has been up in that high groove the entire race, and it's been working for him.
Oof.
Lovern into the wall. He pulls off it across the nose of Wags. Probably started Wags. Wags comes in, bounces off Lovern, and then that second hit into the wall is what finished off that right front. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts, including our doubleheader tomorrow night. Indy Open Series starts off at 7 p.m. at Iowa. And then LGN and I are right back here at Michigan with the ISRA Open Wheel Series as they do Michigan again. Everybody coming to pit road.
That's good.
See if anybody stays out. Nick Wheeler's staying out, so Nick is going to go as long as possible, probably to make that last stop as short as possible. Santos coming in. Everybody else is coming in, but we got some staying out. We'll update everybody on those that are staying out. And it looks like we have lucky dogs in this league, so we are getting, someone's getting the lucky dog waiver round. Not sure, that's Bill Miller, I think. There he goes. Hey, P1 Broadcasting is excited to announce a brand new crown jewel event for the iRacing IndyCar calendar and community. A 600-kilometer, 186-lap battle right back here in Michigan on June 7th, 2025. An all-star invite-only roster of the IndyCar iRacing community will take the grid, competing for over $175 in prizes, including payouts to the race winner, pole sitter, hard charger, and halfway challenge leader. The entire event will be right here on P1, so stay tuned for more details and entry applications. Mark your calendars. June 7th at Michigan will be a race to remember. Under caution here at lap 19 of 100, and Nick Wheeler has decided to stay out. Behind him is Angelo Espo, who we saw cartwheeling down the front straight. Wheeler now coming down pit road. He's decided against racing all the cars behind him with fresh tires and full tanks. So he will turn the lead back over to Tristan Fortin. Fortin, now your leader. And Expo will be able to get one of his, unfortunately, many laps back that he's down. He is down currently 14. So he'll get one back here. in that Starry-sponsored car. Hey, I like Starry. That's some pretty good drink. But we are going to go green next time by. It's Forts and Santos. Cat came out ahead of Clindy. So Cat is now third. Clindy fourth. Lovern fifth. Now, I wonder if Lovern has any damage on his car after all that. We're going to see. It obviously was not going to be repaired in that pit stop that he did. He did 7.9 in the box. So if there's any damage on that car that was unrepairable, it's just not going to be addressed when he stops. So we'll watch when Connor Baldwin starts to attack him on the restart. Eric Peterson is 7th. Alex Miller is back in 8th. Sophie in 9th. And Coker, the host with the most, he has worked his way up to 10th. Your biggest mover at the moment, though, and we talked about has experience on these draft tracks, is Stephen Lee. He is top split caliber when it comes to these drafting tracks. Stephen Lee up 12 spots to 11th. Omier up 9 to 12th. Mitchum up 9 to 13th. Going green this time by. Look at those cars twitch as they go under 100% power with those cold tires. Oh, they're spreading out 3 wide already down the front stretch, and it is Indica Scarlett down low. She got herself a good start.
Yeah.
You start to fan out down the backstretch. Scarlett now by herself, lining up the petty blue of Mason Mitchum. Stephen Lee and Omier side by side in front of that battle. Omier now down low underneath Coker. Oh, you can't get much closer to that before Netcode takes over. Omier gets the position on Coker. Coker drops back 2 because Stephen Lee follows Omier on through. Stephen Lee is married to the yellow line right now in the middle of 3 and 4. He gets the car to rotate. Here comes Indica. On the inside of Mitchum. She'll try to get a move on Coker down low. And she completes the pass on the teammates. Back up front, it is still Santos and Fortson. Right behind him is Durazo and Clindy. Baldwin 5th, Lovern 6th, Peterson 7th. That has not changed. A little bit further back in the field, Pahutsky and Mitchum side by side at the start-finish line. Rusty Plant in that day-glow green car to the inside of Pahutsky in the Dad's Root Beer. That's an old Dreyer and Reinbold livery from the IndyCar days. Good to see that again. Lindy down low is Lovern on the high side, and he's trying to follow through Baldwin. Durazo up front down low, and he's, well, maybe getting clean air. I don't know. Maybe he was having some overheating issues. These cars do overheat.
Also.
Back up front, Santos down to the inside. I tell you what, let's ride from the perspective of Durazo. I think he's still in saving fuel mode, I think. Let's watch. Listen to him. He doesn't even go to 6th gear. He rolls out of it to not gain on the leaders anymore. Now, would he be saving more fuel if he was in 6th gear, LGN, or does it matter really? The gearing's so close with 5th and 6th gear that you can save fuel just by lifting in 5th.
So the strategy always is don't make the last 2 click or light in your wheel. If you go to that 2 wheel and then blinking the RPM or the engine is making blinking, it's because you're burning fuel. So I always go into 6 and try to leave in 70%, 60% the throttle. That's the main fuel saving. Also with the engine 5. But the main thing is don't even close to click the last two lights in your wheel, the steering wheel. That's the RPM engine of the car.
Gotcha. Watching over.
I learned that for Indianapolis. That's the only thing down. That's it.
Watching over the left rear of Katz Dallara as he runs down Fortson and Santos. Actually, he's not running them down. He is saving fuel at the moment. That is what he's doing. But he is not doing it in sixth gear. Right behind him is, well, there's Stephen Lee. Hello. Stephen Lee up 18 spots. Car to the inside, crashing off of 4. Who is that? Turner Johnson.
Oh, I didn't see somebody else.
Sophie might have been involved in that one as well.
Yeah, also Sophie too. But Boroden is safe. It's just that, that kind of touch when you have this little bit kiss between two cars and then spoon together.
Yep. Turner got in the wall a little bit, lost momentum, and then there's contact with Sophie coming off the corner. I don't think he anticipated Sophie getting the run on the inside, and they spin to, I think Sophie keeps it off the wall. Yes, she does. Good job. And I think Turner kept it off the wall as well. He's just going to have to get a new set of tires. There might be slight damage on each car. It's good to probably go into their pits and get a look at that. But we're under caution here at lap 30, a third of the way through this thing almost. Everyone came in at lap 19, so do we see anybody come in and top off and try to go a little bit deeper into the count?
We're gonna figure it out now because
well, here we go. We have some split strategies. Treston's leading in the group. Edson stays out, along with Gary Lovern, Stephen Lee, Connor Baldwin, and others. Indica Scarlett is moving now up to 5th.
69.
And Pahutsky is moving up in there as well. Mitchum moving up. Rajesh recovering from that first incident, now into 8th. Coker, 9th. Sophia, I think she's actually staying out, so she's gambling on no damage.
Well, if we make faster calculate, I said Santos, all the people stay out, makes sense because they need to only the race for them. He need to go in green with green stop green lap stop to coming in, and then do it 1 time, 2 times to go to the end easily. The other ones, they can go same strategy, but they can go to the last thing short, like just maybe.
They'll have to do some fuel saving if they want to make it then.
I guess the people that stay out now, they have to a little bit save, but the other one, they can go to the last thing, just make no splash. The splash is like a tap and 3 seconds out. It's just maybe 12, 10 laps, 13 laps in tank, and that's it. It's not like these guys have to make 25, 15 gallons or something like that. 15 gallons or no? I ran my calculation here is because I don't know. Oh yeah, 16 gallons. So basically, he have to put half of that. Elena von Gallon, so I don't know Gallon. Sorry.
And I don't know leaders.
Yes.
Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go green this time by, hey, not only do we have a big race this summer that we will be promoting here on P1, but we have a big race coming up in December. In December, P1 Broadcasting becomes the primetime home for Happy Hour at the Brickyard, your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious PRI Hoosier 500. Every night from 8 to 9 p.m., we'll bring you exclusive coverage straight from the track, practice sessions, driver interviews, expert analysis, and more, all building up to sim racing's biggest Indy 500 event. The last kiss of the bricks for 2025 starts here. The countdown is on. Mark your calendars. Pucker up, everybody. Don't miss a second of the action. Like, share, and subscribe, and stay locked in. We'll see you in December. Here we go. Going to green. Santos, Lovern, Lee, Baldwin, Scarlett, Pahusky, Mitchum, and Rajesh. Everyone back to Sophia Connell in 10th. Stopped on lap 19. Everyone behind Connell stopped on lap 31 and have new tires. Here we go. We are now a third of the way through this thing. Lap 33, green flag in the air. And let's get the, sorry, I had the driver input still on. We can turn that off so we can see the tree fully with everybody in the order. We're going to go 3 wide for the lead. Stephen Lee down low. Lovern up high. They tuck back in. They didn't get that pass pulled off. Baldwin, Scarlett, 4th and 5th, watching them. That actually the top 5 starting to pull away a little bit from the main group. Remember, these all stopped on lap 19, so they are 15 laps. Now, when they hit the start-finish line, 16 laps into their stint. We expect another 9 laps or so before they have to come to pit road. Thereabouts, give or take. There were some caution laps in that period.
Oh,
yeah! Oh, Clindy. That happened right in front of, and then we got Sophie again into the wall, or at least into action, in action there. And also, I did see Eric Peterson have a moment coming on. I think that was Eric Peterson. I think we're looking at possibly two different situations here. I think Peterson might have had a moment coming off the corner.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And he just gets loose on exit. He caught it to the inside. So 2 separate, but I think the issue that we want to look at here, and let's get the blimp view of this one because it happens right in front of Clindy.
Typical when you hit the wall is stuck you, and you cannot leave the wall.
Right,
and
yeah.
You put the wheel to the left, and this all happened, yeah.
Okay, we went a little bit further back in time. We're shooting from the P1 airship here. I'm going to say hi to our pilot, TC, who's up there taking control of the situation in the air. It happened with Sophia. So we'll see what happens. I think Sophia catches dirty air, can't keep it off the wall, smacks the wall. Actually, it's a little kiss. But you're right. And it's right in front of Kat. Okay, so it was right in front of Kat. And Kat caught the damage. That's Durazo. But you're right. When you talked about once you hit the wall here, it's like a magnet, and it just attracts the car, and you can't get off until you just yank on that wheel, and then you shoot down in front of somebody else, and that's exactly what happened there.
So, Sophia...
And in that process... I think we might have had some more drivers come to pit road. Rajesh now picks up the lead. All those drivers that stayed out on lap 31 or lap 19 that came in, that did not come in on lap 31. That's what I meant. That's what I'm trying to say. They all pitted. So the group that was in front, that was on the second, I guess we call it the prime strategy, is now cycled to the back. The alternate strategy is moved up front. They're the ones that stopped on lap 31. But Rajesh decided to stay on out.
Well, again, with all of these yellow flags, we cannot still make like the correct calculate to what if. So Rajesh is maybe playing. He knows it's gonna be maybe a yellow flag, but the problem is if he's out of the fuel, and whatever is happening, we are on in green flag, and coming in, and then the yellow flag is out. He gonna maybe lose a one lap. So it's really, really a kind of disadvantage at the same time. I prefer to stay with the group with one strategy. For example, Santos. Santos is so Santos and Treston is two different strategies.
Yeah.
And Treston's followed by all of these people, and Santos is followed by all of these guys. So you have to. I always do it. Or I always did. Follow the guy. And this is my guy. If I don't follow the guy, I gonna mess my strategy, and could be happen with Rajesh. Sorry. Could be works. Who knows? But if it works, it have to be all the green flag.
Coker, Miller, and
right.
Badius came in to top off that time around. We're coming to the green flag. Lights are out on the pace car. In chat, someone says, "Do you play iRacing a lot?" I sadly watch a lot more iRacing than I play, as you would imagine.
Sorry, we don't play.
Right, exactly. We don't play.
Don't. You play Call of Duty. What else? Forza,
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. We drive. We simulate. Yep. But yeah, we watch more than
right. Green flag coming to lap 39. Back underway. Rajesh, your leader on an alternate strategy. Fortson, Clindy, Miller, O'Meara. Now your top five. Now the top five. Fortson, Clindy, Miller, O'Meara, Peterson are the first five on the I guess now what we're going to call the prime strategy again. Actually, I think I'm with you, LG, and I think the prime strategy is still back with Santos, Glover, and Lee and those guys. I think the alternate strategy is Clindy, Rajesh, Miller, O'Meara, those guys. The really out there, far out strategy is Rajesh. But you know what? I mean, you the only way you win a race is you do other things that the people around you don't do. And if he can pull the strategy off on the C strategy, you know, he'll be looking good at the end of the day. And we got 60 laps to go here at Michigan. Weather conditions, here you go. 123 degrees track temperature, up a little bit higher than it was in qualification. Here comes Alex Miller to the inside of Rajesh. He's going to try for the position and get pulled along by Clindy on the bottom. Now Clindy's your leader. Oh, Fortune just sends it to the bottom and right on by Clindy. Not sure if Clindy was expecting that, but Fortune put a good run on him. Here comes Miller. He's going to go up high. Clindy goes down low. He will get the position back. Miller stays in the draft as long as he can. Goes underneath Fortson. He can't quite pull that off, but they're going to be side by side. Now they tuck back in down the backstretch.
It doesn't matter the strategy they use, but they still need to save fuel. So if I'm Miller, I stay behind of Clindy or
Fortson. Yeah. Fortson has a really good way of getting into turns 3 and 4 very fast.
That is tricky, actually. If you don't take good turn, you go to the wall. It's This is kind of, oh, you covered all the way, but the wall is very close onto you.
So, surprise. Wags is back 100% repaired using that fast repair, and he is back up with the lead group.
That's pretty close to the wall. The only problem about Wagner is the only one without included Donny used the fast repair. Also Mohammed. No, sorry, Rajesh.
Off of 4, we got a group of 6 cars led by Clindy, then Miller, Fortson, Rajesh, Omir, and Wagner. Hanging on to the tail end of that group is Peterson in 7th. Nick Wheeler moves up to 8th. Santos back in 9 on that prime strategy group. Stephen Lee in 10th. Clindy, Miller to the lead. Clindy in the draft, getting the line and position going into 3 and 4. INDYCAR Oval Series is at Phoenix this week, and check out Clindy's Phoenix Driver's Guide for the INDYCAR Fixed Series, INDYCAR Oval Series Fixed. That is over on the P1 channel right here. You can watch that, get some tips from one of the guys that appears in the top split every week. Kyle Clinworth, he is your leader now off of 4. Right behind him is Miller, Fortson, Omir, and now Wagner up to 5th. Looks like Rajesh is continuing to fall back in the group, but still in the top 10. Baldwin gets around Santos. Now Santos back around Baldwin. Those two are racing each other off of 2 down the backstretch. There's Cat and Indica. They're going to go side by side in the 3 and 4. Oh, Cat. Almost slides up in front of Indica. That would have happened. Claws out all the way around, I'll tell you. Indica stays high. Cat's going to follow her around in the high line there. Right behind them is Rusty Plant. Then there's a group starting the 19th with Sophie, Everett, Coker, Darby. Let's check out Darby. There's Darby. He's getting just lap times in. That's all you need to do. Just get some laps in. Don't have to worry about a big finish. Just get your laps. Figure the car out. He's back in 22nd spot. He's up 3. Meanwhile, up front, here's Miller again and Clindy.
Oh, it's going to be incident on the back. Sophia, Mark.
Darby got around that one, yeah, but Sophia and Mark. Sophia has been in the eye of the storm all race long. I'm not sure what's going on around her, but we'll watch this. Oh, Mark's in the wall, and Sophia with the closing rate just has nowhere to go.
I should be mentioned before, and 124 Fahrenheit. The track now. It's getting difficult for everyone.
Yeah, watch from Sophie's point of view. This is, if you just say, hey, man, you just need to hit the brakes and you're good to go. Look, I'll reply back to you, hey, man, it's not that easy. Watch. This is over 200 miles an hour. He gets into the wall in front of her. She needs to hit the brakes and slow down, all the while controlling her car, and that just happens so quickly that it's really next to impossible.
The problem is if she put the brakes, even the car is gonna go into the Mark car. So
right, and the one thing is you hit the brake too much on these cars. Even if you come off the throttle, you can make the back ends light and unload the car under braking, and then make things even worse.
But how are you?
Oh, we got a wreck on pit road. Connor Baldwin.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's coming to pit road. He has Rakesh in front of him. He decides he wants to pull back out, and he just hits the apron and hits the banking and loses control.
He went on front nose, on the Gary Lover. If you're gonna see the cockpit, you see the car went to the left, to the front, to the right.
Here's Gary Lovern's
Whoop.
point of view. Baldwin just like, nope, I'm not. Pump fake. Oh, no, there's the apron. And, whoa, Gary. Wow. I thought there might have been another car on pit road that had contact or spun as a result. I'm not sure. Go back and watch one more time. So let's see here. Let's get the blimp. Let's go back up to the P1 airship. Get a high view here and see what happens. Miller coming in here. Rajesh coming in. Okay, yeah, no one had any spinouts coming to pit road. Okay. So it is now Klindy, Fortson, Wagner, O'Meara, Peterson, and Baldwin. Now, Baldwin might just want to come down pit road and get on a new set of tires, but he does not want to give up the track position. We are at the halfway point, lap 51 of 100. Lovern staying out as well. Edson Santos staying out. Now, Mason Mitchum, he stayed out. And Coker stayed out. So the top 10 stayed out. Actually, no. Vega also stayed out in 11th. So the top 11 stayed out. And Vega is a teammate to Edson Santos in that Leader Energy stable. We've never seen Ralph race before, but we have seen other of the Learner Energy stable race before. Normally those guys are pretty good, so we'll wait to see if Ralph can get up to Edson, and then they have two teammates fighting it out. That's going to be pretty interesting. But Alex Miller is the first to pit under lap 51.
So from Klindy to Ericsson is Peterson, sorry. They are 21, so they maybe have 10 more laps, 8 to 10 to the tank to go to the pit.
Yeah, there's...
But they maybe expected one more yellow flag, so if it's one more yellow flags in the next 6 or 8 laps, good for them, because
it's possible.
they can, yeah.
It's
actually,
possible.
No. Yeah, they still have one more stop, everyone.
Well, here we go. Coming to green flag at lap 53. It is Klindy, Fortson, Wags, O'Meara, Peterson, Baldwin, Lovern, Santos, Mitchum, Coker, your top 10. And already we see Alex Miller pulling out and attacking. First they get around Ralph. Here comes Stephen Lee to the bottom. They're going around Coker already. So they're up in the top 10. Not a good restart further back in the pack. Treston around Klindy. Klindy now back to third. Wagner goes to the front. Here's Fortson slicing down and getting the lead at the line. O'Meara in that purple and white, actually more purple and pearl car behind him, following suit. Saving fuel, very interested about what happens in front of him. You're right, 23 laps for the top 5 under the stint. So we expect them to come to pit road, as you mentioned, sometime within the next 10 laps, we imagine.
Yeah, we all that the yellow flag, they save a lot fuel, maybe 2 laps for each pace.
Whoa, off the corner. It's Cat, it's Coker, it's Indica. Indica's weaving down the front straight. Here's a battle with Edson and Mason Mitchum. Mitchum and Santos still battling. Car sideways off the corner, and that is... Who is that?
I'll let you know.
Donnie Battiest. He got loose off the corner, and there's that caution you were talking about.
That's a good caution for that pit. Whoa.
Let's see what happened to Donnie here. He goes into the corner. Now, Donnie pitted on lap 51, so he's only 5 laps in his stint. I think he's already loose in the middle of the corner. I think I could say, and then it snaps on him right about corner exit. I'm thinking maybe possibly LGN didn't reset his tools from his pit stop. I'm just guessing. And that's one of those learning curve type of things that when you make a pit stop in these Indy cars, you do need to reset your tools back to a position where they were when your car had more fuel and weighed more.
And also, one of the things also too, when you go for the turn 1 and 2, he made the first line in the middle of the 2, and that is always you're gonna lose the car. It doesn't matter if it's negative, positive, whatever. The car is always loses over there. It's something happened in that corner, is always lose the car. So, and also what you mentioned too,
Clendy stayed out.
I stayed out.
Yes, Clendy, Fortson, Wagner, Mohamed Omir, Eric Peterson, Connor Baldwin, Gary Lovern, Santos, Mitchum Miller, all stayed out. The first to come down pit road on this pit stop is Coker Miller, Battiest, and Vega. Everyone else stayed out. So these guys are going to maybe gambling to go a little bit longer to see if they can catch another caution. They're like, well, we've racked up what, 5 or 6 at this point. Surely there's going to be another quick one. Then we'll come down pit road. But these guys, they know what they're doing. So they are staying out under caution here at lap 58. Thanks for joining us, and if you are just joining us, sorry, this is P1's coverage of the Votive Indy Oval Series, coming to you from Michigan, where we completed now 58 of a scheduled 100 laps. If you're enjoying tonight's race, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, so don't miss out on the next race. And the next race for the Votive Indy Oval Series is next week at Phoenix.
So we are 1, 2, 6 yellow flags. So the thing is, with so many yellow flags in 100 laps, the strategy is getting hard to count or figure out for us. We said it makes sense if Glenn is coming now because he can make a 20 and 20 and go to the end. That's what it means.
Yeah.
But we don't know if he can maybe still have maybe 10 more laps or maybe 8 more laps again, because every pass is you save a lot of fuel. So it's 2 laps, 2 laps and a half per pace. So maybe he can cut in 15 each. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of strange. But the people, Miller, Steven Lee, Wheeler, Durazo, yeah, they have a different strategy. And with all of these yellow flags, they maybe can go for one splash and that's it.
Well, Connor Baldwin was down on the apron. That's why I had the camera on him. And normally when you see drivers down on the apron, they are trying to, that's an extra strategy to save fuel. It's a shorter way around. And we're talking about ounces of fuel now. So he was saving fuel under this caution. They're all saving fuel under this caution. That's a matter of fact. They're probably under engine map 8, now switching to engine map 1 for this restart. But the distance that you turn on this racetrack under caution determines, how much fuel you'll use. So he decided that he wanted to race down on the very bottom and go the shortest distance around. We go back green flag. We'll see if it plays a role coming up here in the final stages of this race. But we're back at green flag at lap 60. Caution again.
And this is Donnie. Once again on the back.
So we'll watch Donnie. I think it's something happened when he was coming up to speed.
Once again, what I told you in the last yellow flag.
So it's too low in the corner and then unload the car? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Too low. He tried to leave these two cars and then he tried to cocker left pass. And yeah, he lost the car.
All right, let's see. We went back a little bit further, but we're going to have many laps of caution here. He goes to the inside. Now, he can't complete the pass in front of him until he gets to the start-finish line. He can, there he goes. So he's good there. He's clear, all good. Right behind him is Pahutsky and that Dad's Root Beer, Dwyer and Reinbold livery. Right behind Pahutsky, that is Darby. Darby's following a good driver there. Pahutsky has got many starts in this car. They go on the outside. Donnie stays on the bottom. Oh, big twitch. Big twitch. And so it just kind of got loose coming up to speed.
Plenty go to pits. And Mohammed follow him.
And Connor Baldwin. So,
pretty good.
Who else we got back there? We got Lovern, got Mitchum. Edson. As he slides into his box. Lindy down on the way. Now, Edson is normally pretty good with fuel. He's good with strategies. We've seen what he could do in the DW12 series over in the Velocity Online Racing Iconic series there. So when you see him coming to pit road now, it's possible that they're close enough they might be thinking they're going to split this thing up. He always has another strategy that he works on up his sleeve. So the fact that they all came in together, let's keep an eye on Edson Santos as this run progresses. You're right. He might do a 2020 type thing and come in with at 80 with 20 to go for his final stop.
So if I sitting in the car, I said, oh, we have too many yellow flags. Maybe I can go to the end with this full tank. That's what we don't want to see because it's too many yellow flags. It's
that's like a lot of yellow flags, yeah.
So, but for them, it's pretty good because they don't need to. For example, I talked about for Clendy, so they don't need to make one more stop. But if the race is going in green, they need to make it one more stop. And that's the hard part. So how do you
There's Rajesh again down on the apron, and there is Connor Baldwin again down on the apron.
Maybe a little fuel over there. But what is the strategy for Clendy? Maybe can go to the end with maybe two more yellow flags and go to the end, or what if this is a green flag race to the end? They need to, for sure, they need to one splash for 5 laps.
The lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go green again, this time by coming to lap 64. Multiple strategies. Everyone's playing the strategy card now. There's a whole bunch of different stuff going on at the front, or not at the front, but just entirely up and down this entire lineup. Fortune is your leader. Matty Wags is second. Peterson has worked his way up to third. Miller fourth. Wheeler fifth. Rajesh, who's had an adventuresome day, he's sixth. Durazo, who's had an adventuresome day as well, he's seventh. Turner Johnson, the first time we mentioned him in the top 10, is eighth. Indica Scarlet Knight, and right behind Indica is Sophie. So the ladies are represented up in the top 10 right now. Here we go, coming to green flag, this time by. And one thing maybe you could check for me when we get under green here, let's check and see how close we are to a timed race. I don't want to get caught off guard with one of those.
Oh, we have 3 hours.
Okay.
And we already have 1 hour, so we have 2 hours remaining.
Edson Santos to the bottom underneath Stephen Lee, further on back in the pack. Bringing with him is Rusty Plant. Mark Everett and Mason Mitchum side by side. INDYCAR getting around Turner Johnson for 8th, and a good pass for her. Watch out if she gets into this lead group. Watch out. Durazo, Rajesh. Durazo is all over the back end of Rajesh. Here's a look from the back end of Rajesh.
I know. Ooh, we almost Cocker and Mohammed over there. I think so. Cocker tried to leave the car, all these leaders.
Oh, Baldwin goes up high. Cocker left the high side open. I'm going to say he can't go any higher because I think Baldwin's going to fill that hole. Then he slides up on Luffern, gives Luffern the dirty air. Nothing dirty about that. It's not a dirty move, but they are in a tight group here. Darby to the inside of Muhammad.
Oh, no.
Darby, okay.
No.
Darby is loose on the bottom. He's trying to stay out of everyone's way. Good car control. Here comes Rusty Plant. He's going to split the group. And one of the leader energy cars, that is going to be Edson.
Oh, Jello.
Caution,
again.
car in the wall, and it is, we're still wrecking in front of him. Nick Wheeler? Nick Wheeler.
But wait, I see Pahosky.
I think something happened with Peterson. I'm not sure. Now, we see Miller, the leader, Wagner, and Fortson side by side at the start-finish line. Here comes Peterson.
Oh, found it. Yep.
And here comes Wheeler. Oh, Peterson didn't expect Wheeler to be so fast to the inside. And they made contact, and Wheeler's left rear is destroyed. Wheeler just avoids everybody. And then also
the second. Yeah, check the second one.
Oh, Pahutsky.
Yeah, everybody avoid Wheeler, but Pahosky, nope.
And we'll ride with Pahutsky to see what happens here. I mean, he saw it in front of him. He sees the smoke now. He's getting the yellow notification on his dashboard. Not yet. Now he gets it, but now he's in the corner, and it's just too close quarters and closing rate too quick.
He break down. Maybe he didn't break up because he was close mark. I don't know. But he break down over close to Wheeler.
And Momir is going to lead that group off of pit road. This could be final stop for these guys. So we have a new leader. It's Sophia Connell. The pride of Baltimore is our leader right now. And Sophia has been literally in the eye of the storm on at least 3 different occasions we've seen contact in and around her. that has made her race a bit of a challenging one, but she has survived to lead. Right behind her is Stephen Lee. Now, we've talked about Stephen Lee a number of times in this broadcast. A former top split, not a former, he is a current top split participant that we could see on any given Tuesday on our Tuesday broadcast at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. You can see this guy in just about any top split lineup we have. He is currently second, and he has a lot of experience, a ton of experience in these cars and on these drafting racetracks. I would say of the top 5, he has the most experience in these cars on this racetrack by a hair over Edson Santos in 5th. Gary Lovern, his racecraft has certainly picked up since he's joined Altena Autosport. He's definitely improved in a lot of his race performances here in the most recent year. And like I say all the time with these cars, it's iron sharpens iron. The more you put into these cars, the more you get out of them. The more you practice, the better you get. He is practicing and racing on a regular basis, and he is really showing that he has a pretty good mettle in these cars when it comes to races in this type of situation. So Gary is now 3rd. Coker, much the same way. Kind of under the tutelage of other drivers in the series. They've been helping Coker out get better. He is now up to 4th. And Edson Santos, very savvy veteran, in 5th. And not to feel outdone here, 14 laps to go at Daytona, and they too are under caution.
Actually, yes. 14 to go. Yeah, you're right.
And the New Garden themed car is just been wrecked.
I see Logano.
Yeah, Logano got wrecked. Yeah.
Oh, he got close.
Here we come to green. It is Connell, Lee, Lovern, Coker, and Santos. They're going to bring us down to green here at lap 71 into turn 1. Here we go, one more time. And here is Stephen Lee, like I figured he would. He's not going to waste any time. And Gary Lovern's trying to go with him. Edson Santos hanging out up top, but I think he might have rolled out of it a little bit to give the position to O'Meara. Mitchum follows through. Here comes Alex Miller with a head of steam on the back end of Santos. He's going to stay in line. Here comes Coker. Glindy down to the bottom. Bringing along with him Rajesh. Wagner staying up high. Final spot in the top 10. Glindy just cuts down underneath Santos. He wants that position. Miller ripping the top within inches of the wall. Lindy comes out, slides in front of Edson Santos, right behind Miller. Collects himself. Now he turns it down low under Miller. Miller, head of steam up high. Oh, Wagner 3 wide. Fortson underneath him. Santos up high, and they straighten that thing out really quick.
The lucky net code is not work with Wagner today, so pretty good. At least it's still alive. That's
net code for Gibbs right now. Here is Scarlett the 13th. Scarlett underneath Coker. Sophie back to the lead. Here comes O'Meara. O'Meara is going to go 3 wide into 1 down at the bottom. Oh, a little bit of twitch underneath Sophie. Here comes Stephen Lee at the back, though. He's watching, give it a little bit of breathing room. Wagner! I can't get
And we are
the
yellow.
camera on him. There we go. And that is. And he's already used the fast repair, so that's day done, unfortunately, for Wags. But what happened? Oh, it just loose off the corner.
Yeah.
Pow.
It even he didn't even break. It just gone straight.
It's Lovern taking evasive action on the backstretch. Now, one of the things that some of these drivers do, and that's why we don't, that looks like that's kind of chaos as they are now under caution, is there are no brake lights on these cars. They do have the flashing red light you do see there on the attenuator, but it doesn't indicate, it just indicates that they're under caution. It doesn't indicate that they're actually braking. Sometimes drivers aren't paying attention, and they will just drive into the back end of another car. And again, we're talking closing race. These guys, and here comes Sophie to pit road. Mitchum's coming to pit road as well. So we're going to turn the lead over to Amir. Stephen Lee will go to second. Lovern will move up to third, I think. They're still deciding it on the racetrack right now. But we're traveling at about 60 miles per hour just under caution. So if the car in front of you lifts or brakes and you're not paying attention, you can end up in their backside, making contact, ending not only your day, but the day of the car in front of you very easily. So a lot of times what they will do under caution is they will stagger themselves out. As Wheeler is going around to get a lap back. He is now only one lap down. So that's why you see a little bit of chaos under caution, is that some of these cars are staggered so they don't get ran into. That is one of my fears. I've seen it happen to teammates of mine. So, you know, it's one of my fears on pit road that I'll run into somebody or they'll run into me. So typically one of the things I do is I always, when we go to caution, I go to the inside of the racetrack and try to get down to as close as possible to the apron, if not on the apron, which is legal to do. Which you see back there in the field a little bit. That's I think it's Bill Miller. Yeah, you can do that, and that will prevent people from running into the back of you, provided there's no one already on the apron behind you, also doing the same thing, and they don't pay attention and they run in the back of you early. That's why they all stagger out. Lights still on the pace car. Go ahead, Lewis.
So June 10 was our first broadcast in P1. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So June 7 is happening what?
I guess that's going to be our 1-year anniversary broadcast.
And is we gonna make some race?
Yeah, it's going to be a race here at Michigan. INDYCAR using this chassis. It'll be a fixed setup race. I'm not sure what setup we're using. There'll be prizes to the winner, the hardest charger, the pole sitter, among other things, and the race winner, of course. And it's going to be 600 kilometers, so it's the P1 600. I tried to get it 600 miles, but no one would want to do that. But it's going to be the 600K, so it's only 183 laps.
600.
Yeah, when someone said that they wanted to do a race, and I won't say who that someone was, but I want to put on an event that, you know, and I'm like, okay, let's do something that is different, hasn't, you know, been done IndyCar wise, something like that. You know, we have a 500-mile race. We do plenty of 500-milers. But I said, how about a 600? And, you know, I don't know about that. And I said, okay, well, yeah, how about 600K, but still call it a 600? And
like the Coca-Cola 600. Oh, should be.
So that will be in June. More details when we get that. It just that actually announcement was made today.
There are a lot of details, Mr. Godso.
And we did not hear him at the door, but he's here. But that is Murphy. But we are getting ready to go green at lap 78 here. O'Meara, Lee, Lovern, Clindy, and Miller, your top 5. Green flag underway, lap 79. Let's see if we get a run to the finish here. Indica around Cat. She moves up to 9th. Lindy trying to get underneath Lovern. Can't quite do it. Off the corner. It is O'Meara, Lee, Lovern, Clindy all in a line at the start-finish. Now they start the fan out going into 1. Clindy's going to experiment up high, and he's going to get a run on Lovern. He's going to get the position on Lovern. He's going to get a rocket ship down the backstretch and start attacking Lee before we get into the corner. Evasive action behind with Edson. That is Edson Santos. 3 wide into 3. Clindy in the middle. And we survive it on the other end.
It is kind of spicy on Santos on the Treston over there because the pass Treston did on Santos, and then Santos returned it. It's loose the car, so Cano and Santos say something, but I can't hear what he said. But not really. It's like a Brazilian clear, and that and that move, bro. Really, not really. Oh, it's again. Oof.
Oh, Fortune moves up and crowds him.
Yeah. So one of them, they are not happy with each other.
Yeah, they are not giving any inches outside whatsoever. Well, look at these cars weave down the backstretch. O'Meara passing Clindy on the bottom side. He will pick back up the lead. Clindy's going to still keep the challenge on the high side going into 1. Behind him is Lee and Lovern. Lovern side by side with Fortson. Fortson now up 3 positions since the restart. He stays low. He will get the position on Lovern. Here comes Edson Santos again. Santos stays down low in the draft of Fortson. Mark, if it doesn't look any different, it doesn't look to me. I swear they're trying to side draft off one another out there.
You know, that's probably true, Gary. These cars don't really side draft all that well.
I'm about to say that it's going to be like banging against the wall if they do that.
Yeah, it's these cars really don't side draft very well. You can, but you have to be very expert about it. You basically have to put your wing end plate almost inside that little cutout on the side pod, where you see the side pod go back into the ramp that feeds over and under into the diffuser. It is very difficult to do, and if you get it 1 inch wrong, everybody goes for a ride. So it's not recommended, but you can do it. I'll tell you who does know how to work the draft here, though. That's Kyle Clinworth. He's going to go to the high side of O'Meara, and it's going to be a matter of time, I think, before Clindy claims the lead. O'Meara is on the bottom. The bottom here is not necessarily the preferred line. I've lost races trying to wrap the IRL line here, so it's not necessarily preferred to be on the bottom. You kind of want to be in lane 2 where O'Meara is right now, but it's only going to be a matter of time before Clindy figures a way around this.
And a second group is getting ready to join this first group. Scarlett, Rajesh, and Baldwin. They will be up, and then we're going to have 10 cars under a blanket here with 15 to go. Oh, we're making contact and wall contact down the backstretch. I believe Miller got into the wall, just a little bit of a kiss. That is okay on the weekend after Thanksgiving, that's twice I've done that, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Just a kiss. Side by side. We're going to go 3 wide with Fortson up high, going into 1 for the lead. Not to be outdone. Here comes Edson Santos. Everybody jockeying for position down the backstretch. Not a lot of people holding their line. Ooh.
Nice pass. Nice pass on
for
Preston.
Fortson,
Really,
yes.
really.
Fortson gets to the lead. O'Meara thinking about taking it high. Fortson making the car very wide, not allowing that to happen. We got 13 to go here in Michigan, 6 to go at Daytona. We're going to all end about the same time. Here we go. Fortson to the inside of Clindy. He will get the spot back. O'Meara up high. Clindy making that Dallara as wide as he can. Now he cuts to the bottom. Whoa. Stephen Lee in the battle now. He's caught this group. Now we're moving down the backstretch where we're going underneath the white line. Preston Fortin, I think, used a little bit of that white line. Edson Santos dating the white line or the yellow line down and through 3 and 4. He was so glued to that thing.
Santos is not going to the end. That's what it's called too much. I don't know. It's 10 to go. They have a 28 laps on the same tank. Same for Stephen Lee.
Well, we're going to hopefully finish under green here. They're back under caution at Daytona. Side by side, Clindy and O'Meara. Preston Fortin in the battle here. Stephen Lee, Connor Baldwin's caught back up. Alexander Miller, Santos, Lovern, Rajesh, Rusty Plant. He has worked his way into the top 10 in that bright green car. And the Cat, Daniel Durazo, right at 11th. Cat can't get any closer to the wall.
No, cannot. And I really, really, really like what Clindy's doing here. He's setting up. He is setting up the pass to. He's setting up O'Meara to go straight to pinch him, coming off of turns 3 and 4, and get a good run off the top and go by. They are awfully close, Gary. But Kyle Fenimore's putting himself in great position. But don't count out Tristan Fortson.
Nope.
Tristan is bidding to make it. It's going to be 3 wide here before too much longer.
And there is a caution. And
Stephen Lee.
Clindy's in it. Clindy's been spun around. Stephen Lee is involved. I think Clindy got punted from behind. Let's check and see. We got Santos to the inside of Lee.
Oh.
So we'll check this. Lee through the corner. And did it contact with Baldwin up top or Santos down about? Santos is way off him, so I don't think it's Santos. Just side-by-side contact with Baldwin.
So that all started with Kyle Clinworth making the pass for the lead. As he did so, he came down to get in front. He got tagged from behind, sent him for a spin, and then it's almost a separate incident. But as guys started to see what was happening, Stephen Lee got against another car. Those two went for a wild ride there, Gary. Hard into the wall for both of those automobiles. It does not appear as though Clindy hit anything though.
Yeah, so we're seeing the cars behind them going into the inside wall off of 2. They go under caution. Clindy goes to the inside, gets off the throttle. Here comes Muhammad to the back side of him and just punts him. He was following there and either didn't see or hear the caution and spins Clindy around. Now, I think Muhammad is damaged. So he's going to have unless iRacing forgave him, and I don't know. That's a pretty big, that would be a pretty big forgiveness after a blatant punting like that. Now, okay, first of all, he has damage, so he's going to have to get that repaired. Ken Clindy, was the field frozen? Can Clindy come get his position back?
Nope. I think so, no.
He's coming to pit road.
Yeah, he's going to have damage to the rear. He's going to have damage to the rear of that car anyway. The number one is going to have, at minimum, Gary is going to have diffuser damage, but he's probably going to need a new rear wing. Anytime you hit that hard, you're gonna sustain damage to the rear of the car. So you're going to see Kyle Clinworth come down and affect repair. But the June 7th thing, boys.
Yeah, go ahead and let's talk about the P1 600 while we're under caution. Real quick, go ahead. I'll hand it over to you and talk all about it.
Yeah, so the P1 600 is going to become the second crown jewel event for the IndyCar community. 43 starters selected by application. We're going to reserve a promoter's option for any real-life IndyCar driver or former iRacing IndyCar Challenge participants. So they would be additional cars to the field. They're not going to take any spots from the community. And we're going to run 186 laps here at Michigan. It's going to be a ton of fun. We're gonna offer a pretty tidy sum to the winner. You're going to get some money if you set on a pole. You're going to get some money if you pass the most cars. You're going to get some money if you lead halfway, kind of reminiscent of the old Gillette halfway challenge, if you remember that, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of other things that are in the background kind of working on it, but kind of want everybody to save the date. That'd be almost exactly 1 year to the day that Gary founded the P1 Broadcasting Network. And so we're going to treat it as a midsummer celebration and showcase this awesome community. You made one slight mistake. It's going to be open setups.
Open setup. So, all right.
We're gonna if you can get that baby to pass inspection, you can race it. Otherwise, don't go below the yellow line. Don't go below the don't go below the yellow line except coming to the checkers, and there are no other rules. How's that? I'm gonna be enjoying that one from the booth with my good friend Gary Godso, and we're gonna have a good time calling it. I don't want to be a chief steward, so we'll let iRacing call balls and strikes. Don't go below the line. Pass inspection. You get a chance to win. You get a chance to win a C-note. So that's pretty much what I got. We're working on some other affiliations and some other things, and there'll be other announcements and sponsors and so forth that come later. But Gary, I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be a fun Saturday afternoon, 2:00.
That is a market calendars for June, early June. That will be right here on P1. Coming to the green flag. Maybe for the last time, we shall see. It's a whole new group up in the top 5 that we're not used to seeing a lot on this channel. It is Fortson. Well, we see Santos a lot, and that's over on the VOR channel. And then we got Gary Lovern, Rajesh, Miller.
No, Clendy Spoon, Clendy. Él es out de contender, Clendy.
Not sure what happened to Clendy. He just
on the restart
there was accordion in front of him, and he had to take evasive action.
Oh no, Bohowski Jello hit it with the Omir.
All right, so we'll check again here. As we were watching camera angles, there's Clendy trying to take evasive maneuver here. We're watching Pahutsky now. That happened in front of Pahutsky. He keeps his foot in it. We'll see what happened going into one. We are probably going to get now 1 lap of green, I'm willing to bet here, with the caution laps. We might have just finished. We shall see. Here is underneath, very low. Again, that low line. He comes back out. And I think just arrow wash into the wall. Smack. And then, Omir. Oh, no. Omir just got a fresh nose, and, well, that's done. And his left front, I think, is done as well. Oh, no. iRacing forgave him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do we got going on? Are we close enough that this finishes under caution? Fortson is our leader. He's going to be 3 to go at the line. Santos second, Lovern third, Rajesh fourth, Miller fifth, Durazo 6th, Scarlett 7th, Turner Johnson 8th, Coker 9th, and Mitchum in 10th.
I think
we're going to have 1 to go. I think we'll get it with 1 to go. I think we will get a green-white checker.
Like what is happening now in Daytona.
That's a green-white checker. We'll get a green-white at the same time checker.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We don't do overtime in IndyCar. IndyCar's, well, you can if you set the rules that way, but IndyCar advertises to a distance and they race to a distance. That's racing.
Yeah. It's a red flag in Daytona.
Yeah, we can, I don't think you can red flag in iRacing, so
They should. Well, no. No, you don't need to red flag.
even though I do have the
iRacing.
red flag graphic on the overlay I can do. See right there, red flag. But but that doesn't work. We'll go back under caution here. Hey, be sure to join us next week when the Votive Indy Oval Series moves to round 2 for season 2. It will be at Phoenix. Three to go, and this has been a bit of a slugfest today at Michigan. High contact, high drama, and we are going to, I think we're going to get one to go at the line. We shall see. Here we go. Let's see what the stewards tell us. Lights out. Here we go. So we are going to get a 2-mile dash to the finish here at Michigan for the opener of round 1 of season 2 of the Votive IndyCar Series, Votive Indy Oval Series, actually. And let's look at the all-time stats here. So Santos, he's looking for win number 4 in the series. Fortson looking for his first. Lovern looking for his first. Rajesh, he's looking for his first. Miller looking for his first here in the series. So who is it going to be? Is it going to be a first-time winner? Numbers say it's a first-time winner, but you have a whole lot of experience in second spot there. That might make it win number 4 for his career in Votive. So it's Fortson, Santos, Lovern, Rajesh, and Miller. LGN, on this restart, you are Fortson. What do? Do you wait to the last minute to go, or do you go as early as possible?
I left the pace car go away. I gonna push when the pace car is touch the yellow line. I push and I try to wave in the back straight. Try to defend the position inside, and that's it.
White and green flags in the air. 2 miles to go here at Michigan for the opening round of season 2 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. Here we go. Fortson has a big lead going into 1 and 2, and that's going to allow Santos to get a big run down the backstretch. Here we go. Santos already with the big run to the inside. Fortson protects. Here comes Santos to the outside. They're side by side going to 3 and 4. Side-by-side contact. Yep. Contact. Fortson goes up into Santos, pushes Santos up, and that is going to seal the win for Tristan Fortson, his first win in the Indy Oval Series here in Votive. Those two were fighting early in the race, and I'm wondering if that maybe came back to haunt Edson Santos a little bit. But that is your winner. Santos second. Gary Lovern comes home third as they are wrecking off of 2.
When you go to the 3, you should be going to close to your right to try to make the turn. But I think so. Santos just didn't move the line, and Triton just went up and they make a touch. So yeah, I don't want to put like spicy stuff in the race each other, but last lap, everything. I don't want to say free for all in the last lap, but yeah. Oof.
Well, here you go. Tristan Fortson getting that for his first career win here in the Votive Indy Series. Edson Santos second. Lovern with a podium here. And it's the first time we get to talk to him for, I think, for most of the broadcast. This might be the first time we get a chance to talk to Gary. So we'll be looking forward to that. Miller fourth, Rajesh fifth. Indica Scarlett, I said watch Indica. She comes home sixth. Durazo seventh. Turner Johnson eighth. Coker ninth. And Sophie in 10th. Mitchum 11th. Averett in 12th. Connor Baldwin 13th. Rusty Plant 14th. Wheeler 15th. Clindy a disappointing 16th. That's not where he wanted to finish. So we will see. He will probably be a man on the mission at the next race. Omier, same thing, 17th. Vega 18th. Peterson 20th. And there's, for some reason, we have, so consider these unofficial results. We have two classified in 20th position, Peterson and Miller. So we will let race control figure that out. And then Darby, Donnie, Stephen Lee, not where he wanted to finish. Bahutsky, Wagner, Espo, and Edwards. That's your top 27. A good sized field. And a good job to Shane for recruiting for this first race.
Well, we have the winner. I'm waiting. Just we waited for the other ones.
Stand by. And by.
I can mention the driver of the race. 14th spot for INDYCAR Scarlett.
Yeah.
Nice for her. From back to the front.
She is a pro, and she knows what she's doing. And definitely showed it by passing all those cars. Getting some replays queued up here, and then we'll get into the interview room. Trying to get these, a lot of action happened here on the racetrack. All right. All right. So let's see who's all available for. And we are doing this in the in a different Discord. So if we don't get everybody, hopefully we do get everybody. We'll try to make up for it, but let's see what we got here. Gary Lovern waiting for an interview. There he is. Let's bring him up on in here. Gary Lovern, congratulations. And we were, I've watched a number of your races because I cover many different leagues that you're in. And since your affiliation really with Altena Autosport, we've noticed that your racecraft has steadily improved over the last year or so, and that lately you've been kind of qualifying very well at the front of the pack, and now you're starting to put together those finishes. And well, it kind of culminated today with a P3 here and a kind of a knockdown slug out fest here at Michigan. But congratulations for driving to survive and getting your car in a position to get that bottom step of the podium. Talk about this race. You were kind of up front all day today.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just trying to stay out of trouble, try to stay alive, and it worked. That last stint there, I didn't pit. I had to save some fuel. Finally had enough, and put me up front.
Well, let's talk about some of those close calls you had. A number of them happened around you. How was the driving out there? How was the racecraft for everybody? Was it a little crazy, or was just at times people were getting a little ambitious with moves?
No, I think for me anyway, the car was real twitchy. The longer you went on the run, especially like down the backstretch, the car was just twitchy. Scared the crap out of me several times. And I do want to apologize to Matt. I know he's watching. I got in one of them seams and it shot my car into the wall, and I cut right in front of him. So I want to apologize to him. But yeah, the car just, to me, was real twitchy.
Well, first podium finish here in the Votive Series. Congratulations. Good to finally have you on one of the broadcasts in the interview room. Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors? I know a certain one in the Netherlands that would like to be shouted out. He always does. So we'll go ahead and get that one out of the way, and then you get everyone else that matters after that.
Right. Julian, Alda Autosports, want to thank him. Laverne's Incorporated, want to thank him as well. And you guys, man, the terrific job that you guys do.
Well, it's thanks for watching. Hope you go back and watch this and enjoy it. But a P3 today for the opener of Season 2 of the Votive Indy Oval Series. Congratulations. Good start to the season. Off to Phoenix next, which we've noticed that your short track racecraft is also picked up. So we expect to see it up in front there. But congratulations on today, man. Good to finally have you on the booth. And go celebrate and have fun with this one.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And that is it for Gary. Definitely a very happy Gary Laverne there. We don't have Edson. I don't know. We'll check here the Votive. He might just be a little hot under the collar. And yeah, can you blame him? But we will bring in Tristan here real quick. I just want to make sure he wasn't available. Just give everyone a fair shot here. And well, there he is. We'll bring him up right now.
Yeah.
Here he is. Edson Santos, welcome to the booth. Second place here. But I guess we all want to talk about and hear about turn 3 on the last lap, the contact with Tristan on the inside. From your point of view, what happened, and talk us through the event.
Hello, Gary. Hello, everyone. Everybody who are watching the race. So happy for the second place. But well, this last lap, I got a little bit disappointed because I was pretty confident to steal the P1, maybe win the race. But my colleague there had a understeering. I don't know. The taking of his turn was too late. I don't know. Maybe he was gonna talk about it and in his interview. But okay, until certain point, things that happened in the races. So the race was it's a mess. A lot of yellows. I hate this kind of race, but I was trying to survive and don't get any incidents and to be in the last 5 laps in the first 4-5 cars. And so as a pack race and the pack race and this quantity of the yellow flags and every this stuff involved, I'm happy with the SP2 and so a little bit sad, but the last lap, but it's okay. It happens.
Well, it gets you in a good position anyways to start the season at the head of the pack in points. So I know that you are a big picture racer, and you do look at the points championship going down the line. So I would imagine that despite you wanted to win, getting a good place in points is also a big win for you at the end of the day. Any shout outs, any friends, family, sponsors? We know you have them. Go ahead and shout them out. You definitely earned an opportunity to tell us all about them.
Yeah. First of all, I just like to send a high for caution for the organization. I have a league in Brazil, and I really know how it is hard to organize to get the stuff right for the entire grid. And so warm hug for all my teammates in Brazil. Some of them watching the race, as Vitor Guilherme sent me a hello here and a message, and Ralph Vega that run with me, my teammate here in this lake. Yeah, and for everyone, all of you from the broadcast.
Well, it's good to have you here. We know you're a real pro. You're a champion in other leagues. So close to the win here today, but not getting that win, just with a little contact there going in turns 3 and 4. You held it, and you still brought the car home. So congratulations on that aspect. Bringing the car home, sometimes it's half the battle. So congrats, and it is a P2, and I'm sure that you are celebrating as best you can. So we will catch you at the next one, but congratulations on the P2, and we will see you at Phoenix next.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll be here next week, certainly.
Edson Santos, P2 today here at Michigan. Well, let's get Treston Fortin up here next. And here he is, the man of the hour, Treston Fortin. Treston, first of all, before we get into whatever happened in turns 3 and 4 with the contact or near contact with Edson, just coming to the white and green flag at the same time. You've watched these races. You've been in enough IndyCar Oval Series races here to know that if you're leading late in the race as a leader, you're typically a sitting duck. You know, there's only certain things you can do to protect that position, but you take that green and a white flag at the same time. Talk us through what your plan was for that lap. Was it to get a good start, get a slow start, check everybody up, and then talk us through the last lap going into 3 and 4 when Edson pulled alongside you?
Yeah, so I've been in that situation a lot. All you can do is get the best jump possible and put yourself in a position where they can't get to you down the backstretch. So that was my original goal. Did not get the best of start, flipped a little in 1 and 2, so Edward was able to get the run down the back. Once he got beside me, I knew I just had to run the bottom, hit the line, and try to win the drag race off of 4, basically. But it got tight when we got in there. If he had left a little bit more room, he would have won the race. I was not going to have any drive off the corner, but we clattered wheels and won it from there.
Well, talk about the race also. There had to be some frustrating moments in there with the number of yellows and cautions. It's tough to get into a bit of a rhythm. As someone that's had a number of these starts under their belt, I mean, how frustrating at times were you finding yourselves in the car? Start, go. Did you ever get a chance to build up a rhythm, or it was just too disruptive with the number of cautions?
It was very disruptive, but at the same time, it ultimately helped the strategy I was on. We stayed out until we could get it in the fuel window, and then took fresh tires and went from there.
Any shout outs, any friends, any family, sponsors, anything like that? Since you got a big win today, I'm sure you're happy. You got some people want to shout out. Go right ahead.
Yeah, shout out Team Track Rocket. Shout out Team Watson. If you ever need good open setups, go to Team Watson Setups. And yeah.
Well, that is your winner today, Treston Fortin, with a last lap shootout with Edson Santos. Coming to a head in turns 3 and 4, but on the outside of 3, coming on the exit of 3 and 4 there, Fortin gets the high side of everything and gets the win, his first win here in the Votive IndyCar Series. Congratulations, and we'll catch you at the next week at Phoenix.
All right, see y'all there.
And it was a very cut and dry matter, it sounds like, for Fortin going into turns 3 and 4. That he would have given, if Edson had a little bit more room on the high side, he probably would have finished that pass off on him.
Yeah, it's when you ask me, it's like, when you're first in the last lap, whatever can happen. I know it's like a free-for-all, but it could be back to some point to Treston. I hope not, because this is a really clean league, so we don't want that around on this. So if you want that, just go to the official and you can do whatever you want to do. But, this stuff, we do the stuff in the wood way. But I said this race deal. It's happened from Schumacher and Villeneuve in this 96.
Yep.
It's happened, Zanardi did with Herta. Kind of not good, but he won the race.
Well, I mean, you could say Allenser Jr. and Emerson Fittipaldi at Indy 500. Yeah.
So it's many. So we cannot count like dirty stuff over there. So that's pretty good for today. So I think Michigan, I said it's a good started, but it's not really good started for us because too many yellow It could be worse, but we saw good last 20 laps at least on this race. That's in my honest commentary. So I think that people need to understand the car is really difficult. If you wanna go to the front, just go to the front. No, just brake on the middle. We saw many drivers did that, and it just go for it. I always said if you don't experiment that thing on the front, you're never gonna feel what it means. So you have to go on the front and just it doesn't matter if it's slow or fast. Just go for it, and that's the thing. This is the leagues to make you practice, make you good driver in the officials. Especially in the official, this is really difficult. But this league make you and polish all your stuff. So
yeah,
good to start. Yeah, so let's see what happened on Phoenix. In Daytona, Will Byron from 7 won the race, and Jimmy Johnson third. So
wow.
Pretty good for him. Final comeback.
Well, that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Michigan. Tristan Fortson gets his first win here in the Votive Indy Oval Series, followed by Edson Santos, yet another podium for him. And Gary Lovern gets that breakthrough podium for himself. He comes home in third. Join LGN and myself again next week for round 2 of season 2 of the Votive Indy Oval Series as the teams and drivers head to Phoenix Raceway for our first short oval of the season. Coverage, as always, starts approximately 8 p.m. Eastern time. Again, that's 8:00 p.m. Eastern. Remember, it's an all-new season, all-new time, so the correct broadcast time in your area. You can find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game's not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know you thought of tonight's race. And if you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing the like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe, and while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more of P1's other iRacing programming, including tomorrow night, our Monday night INDYCAR doubleheader returns this week with the iRacing INDYCAR Open Series at Iowa, followed by the ISRA Open Wheel Series right here in Michigan. Action starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss it. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on X and Instagram. Links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook or follow us on X and Instagram. You can follow all of our social links on Linktree. Check them out. They're all in the description. So for Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at Votive and P1, I'm Gary Gatto saying to all, happy Sunday, and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again next week in Phoenix for the next race up, the Votive Indy Oval Series. See ya.